And to shed light on the ongoing crisis, whether over the phone, we have Mr. Ambassador Medhat Meligy, former Foreign Minister Assistant. Mr. Meligy, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Meligy. At least 11 people were killed as air strike on 2 houses in Gaza City. So, what's your take on the Israeli continuous aggression against civilians, mainly hospitals, nowadays?
Well, I mean, as we said before on your platform, that Israel is continuing its slaughter for the Palestinians with the help of their accomplice, namely the United States and major Western countries who are covering up diplomatically for what Israel is doing. The idea is that we have the weakest point of the American administration due to the election. In less than a month, actually in a few days, we are going to have a new president. So,
yes, on the 20th of January. Yeah.
Exactly. So the current president is weaker than being able to take any measures against Israel. And Israel is seizing the opportunity to make, as it has always meant and said it will do, that it wants to make life impossible for Palestinians in Gaza Strip. And not just that, they are planning to annex parts of Gaza to Israel, especially northern Gaza. The idea is that no matter how hard Egypt is trying, and with other friends in the region such as Qatar, to come up with a good peace, peace offer or ceasefire or truth or any kind of sort, Israel will always do its maximum to sabotage it, because it doesn't want. We've seen Israel before sacrificing its own prisoners with Hamas. The last 10 killed from the prisoners were due to Israeli bombing. So Israel doesn't even care about its own hostages. What it wants to make, and it has always said this, and it has always done this, is to make Gaza inhabitable for its people and to make life in Gaza impossible for Palestinians, thus forcing them to be displaced into either other areas of Gaza Strip or other countries as a whole.
Okay, Mr. Meligy, let's move to one of the major points in here, that Egypt are among the top mediators in Doha, Qatar, to mediate a peace deal solution. So how far do you expect that this is going to bear fruit recently or even in a time?
I have mentioned this like a month ago, and they will repeat it again. Israel will never give anything to President Biden at the time. Israel thinks he's leaving the White House. There is no need to give him any favor, but in revenge, they are planning to give a present to President Trump once he's in the office by accepting a temporary ceasefire. Actually, the main idea of Israel of a ceasefire is to hold the operations for like a certain period of time, a fixed period of time, until it can regain its hostages, and then it can once again resume its genocide on the Palestinian people, which is something Hamas would not accept, and the other Palestinian resistance movements. This is impossible. I mean, the idea of just giving the hostages for just a couple of weeks or a couple of months, this is nonsense. Unless we have a full ceasefire, then this plan will not work. And actually, until the new president is in power, we will not see any change in the positions of Israel, and that's why it's continuing its bombardment. It doesn't want to give any breath to the Palestinians to regain their strength in any way.
Yes, Mr. Meligy, it's only 15 days till U.S. President Donald Trump or newly elected President Donald Trump will take on office. Do you expect that he is going to support the ceasefire with the aid of the international community?
Well, as we have seen before, during the election time and right before choosing President Trump to be the new president in the White House, we've seen one ex-president and one president, both competing who is going to give Israel more. So what we've seen from President Trump does not promise actually a just and fair solution for the Palestinian crisis. On the contrary, the nominations that he made, whether we are talking about his administration or even his ambassadors in the region, shows that he is choosing hardliners. People, some of them, like the ambassador of Israel, of the United States to Israel, does not even recognize the name of the West Bank. Call it Judea and Samaria, just to say that these are biblical regions in the Torah for the Israelis. So he doesn't want even to recognize that there are Arabs there or Palestinians there. And this is the major point that we are looking into, the idea of having someone who can mediate in a peace solution is not available on the table so far. So actually the way I see it, especially after the fall of Syria and the devastation of Lebanon, I don't see actually any serious possibilities from the American administration to give out anything to the Palestinians. So the only hope relies on the international community to continue its pressure, not just on the other Western allies, especially the United States, but on the rest of the world to recognize the Palestinian state with the borders of the 5th of June 1967.
Yes, we all hope so.
Not any time before that.
Okay. Mr. Medhat Meligy, former ambassador for Ministry, thank you very much for being with us. And moving to another